Alright, so I went and grabbed myself a helper. This is Ping. Say hi, Ping. Ping is a California desert tortoise. He's about 20 years old. You gonna help me? Fuck you. Rude. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is figure out where you want to grow your greens. Since it's for a tortoise, you're going to want to grow it somewhere where the tortoise can't get to it. Otherwise, the tortoise is going to eat all of it. So the option there would be either plant in the dirt, or get a pot or several pots. Either way is totally doable. You could use a trough pot or something like this. It's just a simple box, 4 sides and a bottom, and make sure it's durable enough so that the soil won't all fall out when you fill it. You can also use a big pot. This is a 20-gallon, 50-gallon pot. You can get these at nurseries for super cheap. I think they're like $2. They may even give them to you free if they have a surplus in the back. So those, or you can get block planters. Anything that holds dirt can be used as a planter. So look around your yard and look for a place where you have plenty of room. You know, it can be a big space, it can be a little space. The more the merrier, I guess. I'm going to use this small area right here just to show you what I'm going to do. Now, this soil has already been amended. I've been spending years building this soil, so it's already good to go. I can plant whatever I want in it, and it'll grow beautifully. I don't know what the soil is like in your yard, but you live in Ventura County, so it's probably pretty rich, and you could probably just loosen the soil and plant seed, and you'll grow what you need to grow. If you have a very high clay soil or something that's very dense, very hard, very stiff, very hard to work, you may want to consider adding some compost to it. But since you're growing greens mostly, because that's what tortoises like to eat, you're probably just going to be able to turn the soil and plant. So what you're going to need for that, if you need to turn your soil, is one of these bad boys. Pickaxe. Very easy, just dig it in and work the soil. Loosen it up. Get it nice and loose, down a few inches, maybe half a foot, as far as you can go, and you just work it. However big the area is, just work it until it's nice and loose. Then spread it out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get your seed. Whatever your seed's going to be, whether that's, I would recommend mustard, collard greens, dandelion, any of those greens are great. Any mustard related plant, they're gonna love it. They're gonna eat it up. So I would recommend some mustard greens, and I would also recommend a variety. You don't want the tortoise to eat the same thing every single day. You want to have variety in their diet, just like our diets need variety. So if you plant those 3, they'd have a nice mix of foods to be eating. So, sweet potato. So after you got it set, you're gonna get your seed. Here are mustard seeds. These are mustard seeds that I harvested last year, and you can see very small, very tiny seeds. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna just spread these in. I'm gonna plant some of these right now, because why not? My tortoises could use some mustard seed. Could use some mustard, so why not? And I have this, you know, heirloom organic mustard seed. So you're just gonna spread it on. And then, since it's a small seed, you want it to stay close to the surface. You don't want to bury it deep like you would a big pumpkin seed or a sunflower seed. You want it to stay close to the surface. So you're just going to kind of pat it down and move some of this dirt around to cover it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. So that it's still kind of on the surface, so that it sprouts easily. The problem here is birds. You can hear them. They're gonna come eat all these seeds. Every last single one. They'll sniff them out and they'll eat them. So I'm gonna put some bird net over this. That'll protect my seed. And then I'm gonna keep this wet until they sprout. Once they sprout, I'm gonna water them again for about another week or two until they develop their first set of true leaves. Because what you'll see is some leaves will pop up and then another set of leaves will pop up. Once that second set pops up, you can stop watering it for a while. Let the roots go down, let it seek out water, and then it'll start to develop a really strong plant. From that point on, you won't need to hardly water it at all, maybe once a week. And not very much water at all when you do water. And that, honestly, is about it. That's all you got to do. If I were you, I would turn some soil, get some mustard seed, throw it in, water it, see what happens. Okay? Cool. Now, if you're going to use a pot to grow the food you need, all you need is a pot like this, or like that, or whatever, or a bucket, or any kind of container. And then go to a locally owned and operated nursery and get some potting soil. Look for a mix that has some nitrogen in it. You can also get, there's a lot of different mixes you can get. I would recommend just going to the nursery, telling them I want to grow mustard for my tortoise, and they'll give you the right kind of potting mix, because there's so many different kinds with so many different options for what's in them. And they'll set you up with something. Just get it, put it in the pot, put the seeds down, bird net, water it. Once it grows, then you can stop watering it. It's just the same way, but you just need to buy soil for the pot, and that's it. All right? Let me know how it turns out.